There are 8 phases in Mudon Al Ranim. Phases 1 to 4 are already handed over and phases 5 to 8 are going to be handed over later this year. Now the main question is, with the price difference of around 300 to 400,000 dirhams, where should you really put your money? In phases 1 to 4, which are already fully appreciated, or phases 5 to 8 that still have that appreciation potential? And I'll be answering exactly that in this video. I've broken down all the phases so you can understand what is the main difference between these, and you'll be able to see which is better for you if you're an investor or a homeowner. For those of you who are new here, I am Dhruv Bindrani. I work in Mudon Al Ranim and also Jabal Ali village on day-to-day basis, and this is basically what I do, bringing in data to you guys who can see all the differences that are there in either of the communities. If you want to see one of my Jabal Ali village videos, I'll be linking it right over here. But let's go ahead and see Mudon Al Ranim. Now the main difference is of course the location within the community. Mudon Al Ranim phase 1 to 4 is sitting bang on in the middle of Mudon. So you have easy access from the Umsukem Street and also the Hessa Street as well. Similar to phases 1 to 4 is 5 and 6. The location is just above, as you can see on the screen, right? Umsukem and also Hessa Street easily accessible. But for phases 7 and 8, the easiest access would be from Hessa Street. The advantage I believe with phase 7 and 8 would be that you have a community center that is there just above it, which means you don't have to necessarily take your car out to go all the way from to the community center, which will be the case in phase 1 to 4 or 5 to 6. You have a school right above phase 7 and 8 as well, which is the Jabal Ali school, which is ready, and also a school plot that is there with no confirmation on when it is going to be ready. That was pretty much it for the location. Let's look at the facade difference. Now, if you have not seen how the ready phases look in real life, I'm linking a video right over here, which is a 4-bedroom tour. You'll be able to see how the facade looks from the front and also the back. And then in phases 5 to 8, I believe there is a slight difference because it looks more spacious. Now, what I mean by spacious is, of course, you can see the difference in colors, but the double height ceiling windows, specifically in the 4-bedroom townhouses, will make the house seem more spacious and also at the same time bring in more sunlight, which is advantageous for some people depending on where you are from as well. Some people prefer more sunlight, some people prefer that coziness feeling, which is there in phases 1 to 4. The coziness feeling is there in phase 1 to 4, whereas if you want that spacious house feeling, that would be there in phases 5 and 8, and that is one of the points I wanted to put across. Next up, we have the main data, what is fully factual about Mudon Al Ranim. There are total 8 phases. 1 to 4 have a total of 778 townhouses. Phases 5 to 8 have 888 townhouses, amounting up to 1666 townhouses in total. Size wise, there is a small difference in the sizes. The 3-bedroom is 2217 in the ready phases, and the plot size is pretty similar, going to be pretty similar for everything, so I won't repeat that much. 1800 to 1900 square feet for the plot size of ready phases, and then the G+2 is 2568. The 4-bedroom G+1 is 2549 and the G+2 is 2978. The plot size of the 4 beds varies quite a lot, starting from 26 or 2700 square feet, going up to 5000 or even 5500 square feet. Those are very rare units, but you'll be able to find most of the units within the range of 2700 to 3100 square feet, right? Now in phases 5 to 8, your G+1 3-bed is comparatively bigger, approximately 130 square feet, which I'll show you in the layout as well. You'll be able to see the layout that I've shared in these slides too. Not repeating the plot sizes. The G+2 is also way bigger. It's almost comparable to the G+2 of the 4-bed, which makes this, the 3-bedroom G+2, comparatively a good investment for Mudon Al Ranim in the later phases, which are getting handed over. Phases 1 to 4 handed over. Phases 5 to 6 are going to be handed over within August. Then phases 7 and 8 will be handing over in September as of now. That is the confirmation given by the Dubai Land Department as well. The 4-bedroom townhouses G+1 size is 2468, and then the G+2 is 3004 square feet. Plot sizes, as I said, pretty much similar, and on the right side you'll be able to look at the facade once again. Now the 3-bed G+1, when you look at the floor plan, I'm just putting up a link for a 3-bed G+1 video, so you'll be able to look at that as well in real life. I'm sure I'll get a chance to make for the 528, but that will just take a little bit of time. You can just have a look at the floor plan quickly. Entrance, you're on the left side, you have the storage area, the staircase. On the right side, you'll have your maid's room, powder room, and the laundry. You go ahead, you have your living area, and then to the side, right in front of your kitchen, will be your dining area. Now, what they've done in the other phase is that the living and dining area have shifted, so it makes it seem comparatively bigger. It's the living and dining area are more integrated, so it's more of a rectangle, whereas there is a square. I'll just highlight the square as well, where they fitted the living, dining, and also the kitchen, whereas I believe the living area and dining area in the 3-bed G+1 for the later phases is comparatively bigger, right? But other than that, pretty much same sizes for the laundry, for the maid's room and all. On the top floor as well, pretty much same. The main difference is that your walk-in closet is segregated from your washroom. In the masters, you basically in the ready phase, you'll be able to see that your dressing is right here, and then you have your washroom, whereas in the 3-bed later phases, you'll be able to see that your walk-in closet is comparatively different, and also your ensuite washroom, which makes the house seem more bigger, which realistically it is as well. That's it for the 3-bed G+1. G+2, again the same differences, but you have a bigger terrace comparatively. You can see the size of the family room in the ready phases is 3 meters by 4 meters, whereas in the off-plan stages is 4.5 into 4 meters, and also the terrace is quite huge as well. So that is where the main difference is coming in. We can see the difference: 2,500 square feet for the 3-bed G+2 in the ready phases, and 2,900 square feet for the 3-bed G+2 in the off-plan stages. Going to phases 1 to 4 for the 4-bed G+1, you'll be able to look. Once again, here's the link, have a look at it. But then the main difference is that the living and dining area, the living area is open. So you have, instead of a 3.2 or 3.3 meter ceiling, you'll have a 6.4 to 6.6 meter ceiling, which will be huge, which you can put a beautiful chandelier over there and make the house seem even more spacious and luxurious too. But of course, there is a small sacrifice in the living area, is what I would say. It's comparatively smaller to what the ready phases are, so you have to pick and choose. Not all boxes will be ticked, but the option where most of the boxes are ticked is the best one. But I'll explain which phase is for who exactly. Right, on the right side, pretty much the same. You have your maid's bath, guest bedroom, and also the powder room, which has the shower. Looking at the top floor, ensuite washroom, walk-in closet, just a bit different. Instead of being put together, you have the open height ceiling, which makes your master bedroom just a tiny bit. They've just cut a tiny bit, but given you that feature, so that is a bit of a change in the 4-bedroom. Looking at the top floor, again a bigger family room is what I would say, 6.6 into 4.3 meters compared to a 4.6 into 7.4. Almost the same, but instead of an L-shaped balcony, you're just getting a small terrace, which is going to be there. Instead of an L-shape where you can have a small walk around as well, it will just be a small balcony that is there. That's pretty much it for the layouts. Now we come to the prices. Prices wise, as I said, there is a 300,000 to 400,000 gap in each and every single layout. When you look at the 3-bed G+1 sale, phases 1 to 4 are looking at 3.4 to 3.6, 3.7 million dirhams, depending whether the unit is on the park or not. In the 3-bed G+1 off-plan phases, you're looking at least 3.1 million dirhams to 3.3 million dirhams. Again, depending on where the location is, can also go up to 3.4 if it's on the park, right? The 3-bed G+2, you're looking at 3.9 to 4.2 million dirhams in the ready phases. When I tell you that is, the transactions have been happening at 4.1, 4.2 in the ready phase for a 3-bed G+2, which makes this a very good investment options. The reason I say this is you're looking at a 3.7 to 3.8 million dirham mark for the off-plan stages. Now you're approximately making 10% to 15% potentially if the prices go above and beyond, and the demand will be more in September, October. There is a reason which I'll tell you why. these prices are going to appreciate quite a lot. 3.7 to 3.8 for a 3-bed G+2, you're looking at selling it for 4.1, 4.2 potentially, because there are signings and transfers that have happened in the ready phases, which means you have the facts and the figures that back your unit that it will be sold for a comparatively higher price. Going at 4-bed G+1, this would be ideal if you are someone who wants to just move into it. That is what I would say. Also, investment wise, some deals might pop up, but let me just explain the prices. In the ready phases, 4.4 million dirhams for a ready unit on the road, 4.7, 4.8 million dirhams for a ready unit on the park, whereas for the phases 5 to 8, you're looking at 4 million going up to 4.4 million dirhams for a non-park unit. And of course, the plot size varies quite a lot. If you're getting something that is obviously above 3,500 to 4,000 square feet, you're looking at a bigger price tag, because those are very scarce and unique units that are there in Mudon Al Ranim. There are not a lot of those. And the 4-bed G+2, you're looking at 5.2 to 5.5 in the ready market, and then 4.8 to 5.1, 5.2 million dirhams in the off-plan market. Now, 4-bed G+2 is again someone who wants to finalize, like it's their end home. They want to move into it and have the best life living in Mudon Al Ranim. That is the option I would choose if that was my goal. Rent wise, pretty much going to be the same for all the units. I believe this is going to be pretty much stagnant. 175 to 190k for the 3 beds G+1, 210 to 220k for the G+2 3 beds, 235 to 250k for the 4-bed G+1, and 4-bed G+2 260 to 300,000. This is going to be stagnant pretty much. This is what I believe. It's not going to change much because it's been absorbed by the market. Right now, ROI wise, this is the ROI that I have calculated on the basis of the ready phases. If you are looking at the off-plan stages, this will go up by 0.5 or 0.75 percentage, 5 to 6 percentage, 5 to 6 percentage again, 5.4 to 5.7. You'll just have a look, because this is pretty much stagnant. You're looking at a 5 to 6 percentage rental return in townhouses, which is, to be honest, one of the best within the community, within the region. Now, the reason why I say this is because I've compared each and every community that is surrounding Mudon Al Ranim, which I'll link the video right over here, so you'll have an understanding why I choose Mudon Al Ranim above all. Right, the price per square feet comes to 1,800 to approximately 2,000 dirhams in the ready phases for the 3-bed G+1 and G+2 both. And for the 4-bed, you're looking at 1,500 to 1,600 dirhams price per square feet. The reason is because these price per square feet are based on the plot size, not the built up area. In the offline stage, you're comparatively 100 to 200 dirhams lesser to all of those, whether it's the 4-bed or the 3-bed, you're just 100 to 200 dirhams lesser. And I hope that this gave you a good option, or a good understanding of what each and every phase is. And now finally, which phase and layout would I choose? Now, if I had the money, I would choose the 4-bedroom G+2 in the ready phase if I'm someone also who's looking to move in, let's say tomorrow, right? That is one of the absolute no-brainers, because in phases 1 to 4, you have no units that are G+2 and on the road. You have all units on the park, which makes it a scarce and unique unit. Because you're on the park, you have a G+2. There are a very limited number of G+2 units available. That immediately sets you aside from the basic layouts, right? That is one advantage you already have. And once the community matures, once the whole area matures even more, G+2 4-beds are going to appreciate even more further than the other ones, right? Now, if I'm an investor and I want to make the most potential out, I would take a 3-bed G+2 in phases 7 to 8, because phases 5 to 6 is getting handed over within the next 2 months, which is going to be in August. Phases 7 to 8 are going to be later, which means the price of those is also comparatively 50,000 to 100,000 dirhams less. And that really matters, to be honest. If I'm an investor, I'm looking to capitalize on a unit that is the least priced and also one of the best units that is going to be there in the market and now and in the future as well. So that was pretty much it. it's either a 3-bed G+2 for me or a 4-bed G+2 in the ready unit. 4-bedroom G+1 is also something I would choose in phases 5 to 6, because what happens is if you're in 5 to 6, you can also use the amenities of 1 to 4. So you're connected to it, and it's pretty easy to go from phase 5 to 6 to 1 to 4. So I would choose a 4-bedroom G+1 in phases 5 to 6. I would choose a G+2 4-bed in phase 1 to 4. And if I'm an investor looking to capitalize, I would choose phases 7 and 8. And that was pretty much it. If you have any other questions, drop it down in the comment section below. Now the question is just your timeline. If you want help figuring that out, my WhatsApp is linked in the comment section below. Till then, this was Mudon Al Ranim, guys, from Property Zone Real Estate.